We're live.
There we go.
All right. Hello, everyone. So I'm here with a couple of people, and we're all going to talk about the holidays. So yeah, if we could just go ahead and first introduce ourselves. I'll start with myself. So I'm Annette, also Nettersplays, all over the internet, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me, and I'll go ahead and pass the baton over to Mandi.
So hi, everyone. I have the Thanks, Sitters, the To Die For Games channel with Stephane and Tracy. We are also on Insta Gamers Network. We are contributors to the Dice Tower, and I'm all over social media chatting about gaming and other fun stuff. So let's head over to, well, Tracy and Stephane, I mentioned you, so you guys go ahead.
Hi, Tracy, the Gaming Maven here. And?
I'm Stephane, the games teacher. You can find us on To Die For Games. Check out our YouTube content.
All right, let's head over to Maggie.
Hey everyone, I'm Maggibot. I am a vlogger and a reviewer, and I talk about games a lot. I also have a cool website with some of the people that are here called Meeples Included, which is a gaming review site that's also got a mindfulness about inclusivity and diversity, and you can find that at meeplesincluded.com. And next, I would like to introduce Nikolas. Nikolas, hi.
Hello, I'm Nikolas. I mostly just play board games, but sometimes I get to post stuff on Meeples Included. The odd review and strategy video and things like that.
Okay.
I guess that just leaves me. Hello, I'm Angelus. I'm streaming all the way from Sydney. I'm the host of Storyboard, which is a web series that, in fact, the video content will be launching today, and I'm so excited. Otherwise, I have a range of written reviews on my website. There's media links, so I'm sure, which will come up. And I also have a focus of inclusivity and diversity.
Okay, great. So yeah, I guess first we'll start off with just maybe some games that we've recently been playing. So yeah, Angelus, if you want to start us off, is there any game that you've been playing recently or that you really enjoyed or disliked or whatever you want to say, but pretty much.
So one of the things that I've been doing of late is I have what I call my 2,200 challenge. I noticed I was very close to getting 2,000 games last year, and so I actually set myself a challenge for this year to hit 2,000 games. But in order to spice it up, I wanted to make sure I played 200 of them for the first time. Now, I've met the 200 challenge, and I'm actually struggling to get the 2,000 challenge. I thought it would be a little bit the other way around. I have been doing a lot of little tiny games just to get those count up. So like the Oink games, also Grail games. Otherwise, I recently got to play the Perfumer. So the Taiwan brand game where you actually use smell as part of the game. Have any of you heard of that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of that
Carol
one.
was telling us about it. Carol from Quickie Games. She was wanting us to try to have that a chance, but she mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've smelled the components, so that's as far as I got with the game. But I just smelled it. That's it. How did you like it? How did you like the gameplay and everything?
I had fun and I enjoyed it. Part of it requires you to recognize smell and sort of puzzle out which of the hidden smell strips are your components for creating the perfumes. But my main concern is because there's a set 7 smells, you can potentially just learn which ones they are after a couple of plays. I did find though that your smell recognition is, you know, a little bit questionable and unreliable even within the same game. You still would find you'd smell something and then you'd have to question yourself as, was that actually how I smelled rose? Was that actually how I smelled cinnamon? And so there's a little bit of uncertainty that I think will keep it vital, but I do wonder how much replayability does it have after you get used to the sense of smells there.
Mm-hmm. Is this one that's readily available? I know my friend got it because she has a game store, but I don't know. Does anyone know?
It's one of those Taiwanese designed games, and I don't think it has a US distribution at the moment. So the answer is probably no.
I think the Board Game Bliss has it as pre-order right now. So in Canada here, it's just pre-order presently. I'm certain.
Okay. Yeah. So what about you, Maggie? What have you played recently?
I finally got Feast for Odin to the table. It's been so long in the process of trying to get that game played, so that was like my big accomplishment. Especially after I thought Cottage Garden was just a little too light, like just not a fun kind of light for me. Yeah. So once I went from playing that at BGG, which I could have played Feast for Odin instead, I was really happy that I made some time. I also got to play a heck of a lot of Capital Lux, which I think is just my new favorite little card game to throw in a bag. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a weird feedback.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, someone is... sorry, Okay. Oh. What is going on?
Over something, I don't know.
Who's Tom?
Have you guys played the game Checkers?
And Doc.
Okay, hold on a sec. We have like random people joining our conversation.
Right.
Oh. I don't know. That's never happened before.
No, we're here. We posted on Twitter saying who wants to come for a free gig. So this should be you guys are here for the gig, right? I assume.
Yes, play that shit.
Okay then. All right, let's start playing.
Do you know Wayne?
Okay, I cannot mute this person.
Okay. Any song requests then? Anyone?
Okay.
Sorry, give me 1 sec. I don't know how these people are even on here, so...
We posted on Twitter. We said, who wants to come to a free gig? And then you guys joined, so we assume that you're here for the gig.
No.
So then why are you in our hangout?
Okay.
From our perspective, you're in our hangout.
He's gone. They're gone there.
Okay, no, I got rid of them. Are they gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's gone. How the heck did that even happen?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, moving on.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. No, it's okay. It's just they're gone.
Okay, let's get back to the conversation.
Back to gaming.
Back to gaming. Hopefully, there won't be any more gigs or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, Maggie, if you can continue on, I guess start over.
Sorry.
I was talking a little bit about Feast for Odin. So it's a big old Juve, like really, really involved, lots of stuff. What I liked about playing it for the first time was more fun than my first play of Caverna, because I thought Caverna was much more about picking out a couple tiles and going for those, like trying to make those scoring ones go. Mm-hmm. And Feast for Odin was very tactical, so you just kind of picked things as you moved along. I really quite enjoyed it.
You guys, wait, I haven't played Feast for Odin yet.
We have it right here.
This one?
It's really impressive. It's a really good design.
This was the game we wanted to talk about, too.
I stole it. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I wasn't
great that we all love the same game.
You know, isn't it a great game, Maggie?
Yeah, it is. And I think it's going to be one of those games that just gets better over the first, 10 plays, which is what I really, really like about Euros, especially if they kind of grow with you a little bit. It doesn't have a lot of interaction, but the kind that it does have is pretty fun.
We agree. Okay. Yeah, we've gotten it to the table about 3 or 4 times now.
With 2 players, 3 players, and 4 players, so we've gotten all of them.
So far, Tracy's undefeated.
Wow.
And so she's the Feast for Odin queen, apparently. But we really enjoy it as well. And I like the different paths to victory you can take in this game. There's so many different ways to play your strategy out and see where it takes you. So.
And Uwe, with this game, he added, I think, components from everything from Patchwork, Cottage Garden, Field of Arl, Caverna. He took all the things he's done and kind of put them all into one game. So
what it reminded me most of was Ora and Labora. I don't know if y'all have played that.
Yes, yeah,
but it was very much like get your components and then level them up through their different levels. Yeah. And you know the progress of how he came to Feast for Odin was that he was designing that game, and then he found out that the little patchwork mechanism was really fun, so he just kind of designed that off to the side. And then he found he wanted another one, so he made Cottage Garden. They were all part of his process for building.
That's so incredible how you can just go ahead and just create one game and then just come up with all these ideas throughout the game process and then create a whole bunch of like little branches of some more games, you know? It's like really productive, I guess, and efficient.
I wish I had that brand of creativity in me, but I really don't. So I'll just enjoy playing other people's productions.
That's where I'm at. Just play the games.
Right. Do you think it's as, I don't know, I find like Caverna intimidating to me because there's just so much involved with the game like that. Do you find it as intimidating or maybe even less? I mean, there's a lot of components in A Feast for Odin, so.
It's a different kind of scary because all you see, like most of his games hide the negative points pretty well. Feast for Odin just has negatives like written on everything. You are literally trying to cover up negative points. And so it can be a little bit scary at first.
Right.
You're starting in a deficit situation and have to dig yourself out of the hole.
Yeah. Okay.
I think also with Caverna, you've had your training wheels with Agricola because most people have played Agricola, so you already know half the game there.
Mm-hmm.
I have not played Agricola. I actually just went straight to Caverna because my friends were like, no, I don't think you'll like Agricola. Caverna has a lot more options. I love Caverna. It is like one of my favorites.
It's very different, though. I would recommend at least trying it sometime. The card drafting
It's on the list.
Card combinations are really neat.
You can always play like that out.
Yeah, which might be an option just because, like, with everything going on, I'm so busy, it's really hard to get game time in. So, absolutely. Yeah, that might be an option.
The eternal struggle.
I know, everyone knows.
Yeah. So, Nikolas, what have you been playing recently that you've been enjoying or not?
I was going to say quickly about A Feast for Odin that one thing I've noticed is that it has a few relatively clear directions. Like, you can't even do a bunch of the actions unless you have stuff for them. So that, I think, helps narrow down the 60 or so odd action spaces a bunch. And also a bunch of the action spaces are just variants of one another. Like, one of them will give you one thing, or one of them uses one person, and another one uses two people up, and stuff like that. So that helps.
Oh, and I'm going to mention... Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it also, and you should talk about this a little bit too, that it's one of the very few games that allows you to pay more than one worker for things. I love that mechanism. You never see that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do enjoy the, like, you can put down 4 people or 3 people or 2 people or 1 person at a time. And usually, like, the 1 person actions are more efficient, but you're sort of forced into going into the 4 things, the 4 people actions. And also the 4 people, the higher cost actions have, like, sometimes rebates if you fail because of the random elements, and or they let you, like, draw or play cards.
I'm gonna have to check this one out. I don't know. I have to find someone that has it first because I'm not sure about buying it yet.
Come visit us up here in Canada and you can play our copy.
Well, if it wasn't like -4 degrees, maybe I would.
Oh, you people and your negative temperatures.
But Nikolas, what have you been playing too?
So I just got to play another game of First Class, which I've been enjoying quite a bit. If you play Russian Railroads, I think of it as like the pithy explanation is Russian Railroads, the card game, but it's a game where you have like these little lines that you want to build up, and you're upgrading the spots to do more and more scoring. And every scoring you'll score like at least as many points as you did last time. And then there's little combos that you can do. Where Russian Railroads, the mechanism was worker placement. In First Class, the mechanism is card drafting. And it's an odd form of card drafting. There's like a display with rows, and after a certain number of cards have been taken out of a row, then the rest of the cards go away. So you can deny people cards that way, which is fun. And it also has, it comes with 5 different modules, and each game you pick 2 to play with. So I've just been playing through all of the modules. I just got to try the last one, and I like most of them. And that makes me feel like there's going to be more variety. Like with some games, like Russian Railroads, there were like a few things to figure out after a few plays. But so far I've played First Class 7 1/3 times.
Oh, wow.
And I'm still just like learning the cards and stuff to do better drafting.
Yeah, I almost got to play that last night. My friend brought it over. We just didn't get to it. We played a different game. But yeah, I really enjoyed it the one time I played it at BGGCon. It's just the way that it worked. Like there were so many different pathways to victory, and you could do one thing, but you can also check out what the other person is, how they're approaching the game. There's like different ways as far as like you can go down railroad tracks, you can increase your crew. There's just so many different ways. And the card drafting aspect of it was really interesting, where you have like 3 rows, like you're explaining, and I don't know, you can really screw people over because you know what they want, and then you could just eliminate all the cards in that row by picking something else that's useful for yourself. So it's not like you're taking away something from them directly, but indirectly you're just getting rid of the whole row or column. Yeah, I've really been enjoying that game too, but I want to play it more. And I'm really glad it's in English now.
Oh yeah, there's been unofficial translations up for a while, and they were pretty good. Actually, interestingly, I found that so I've been studying German, and I learned well, someone thinks that the German rules are very clear about Point, and I don't think they're clear. And so I've been meaning to discuss it with one of my friends who's a translator, and I'm trying to learn like maybe there's some meanings of words that I just don't understand currently. It's a weird situation, but I'm happy there's an official English rule book now.
Yeah,
that's helpful. Is this game available online? I know I ask about online is just because I'm always out and about.
I don't think there's a digital implementation yet.
Okay.
It just came out in stores, like in paper. In the US, it's been out in Europe, of course, for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to wait.
Yeah, I think it came out as a Z-Man game. So,
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you might be able to find it. My friend ordered it online, so.
Okay, because I think I saw Nikolas had posted, I think it was Nikolas who posted something about it. I'm like, ooh, this looks fun. So, something to try.
Definitely. So, Tracy and Stephane, you've both been playing the Feast of Odin recently, but you want to add any other game or something you might have been playing?
Yeah, there's a couple actually. Kanagawa is one of I think one of our newest favorites. I don't know if anyone knows about Kanagawa. It's a Bruno Cathala game. It's this beautiful like Japanese art, and the idea is you're learning to paint these beautiful paintings, and it's like this consecutive sequence of cards that you add to your what's the word you use for the well, you basically the scene, your storyboard, and you have these cute little like paint jars with paint brushes in them, and they're actually like these little meeples, which I think are quite nice to look at. And it's very thematic. It's got that nice feel with the beautiful mountains and that kind of watercolor feel to it that I really quite like, and it plays really really well with like 2 people, 4 people. We played it with all sorts, and I quite like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Eric, sorry to interrupt you, Stephane. Eric wants to know your overall opinion.
Of Kanagawa?
Correct. When you're done, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I really like it as a light filler game or, start or end of night game. Plays, I believe, up to 4 players. And I just love the Oriental art theme and the fact that it's, a game about making art, similar to, I guess, Tokaido in that sense. But nothing like Tokaido in gameplay. It's a lighter card-based, similar non-violent themed game. So I really appreciate that.
Okay.
There you go.
You said the magic word storyboard, so I feel I have to give this game a try now.
The storyboard is beautiful because you're racing to put 11 cards down, but there's different like things you're looking for. Some people are going for people, some people are going for buildings. So there's different ways people can decide to go to try to get their cards and get the most points out of those cards.
I say storyboard. That's maybe the wrong word. You're painting basically a panoramic painting as you add cards to the end of your painting. So,
I think it's an excellent choice of words. So I'm going to stick with it.
There you go.
When we played it, I kept picking up cards. I'm like, ooh, that's nice. Oh, wait, I don't have the paint to do that. Oh, that one looks pretty. Oh, wait, I don't have the paint to do that. It's like I'm just so into the cards, I'm not paying attention to what I actually require. So something to pay attention to and play. But I enjoyed it. It was pretty. It was a pretty game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Right.
There's one other game that I think deserves some discussion. I don't know. Has anyone else had a chance to play New Angeles yet?
No.
No.
So set in the Android universe, and you're looking at somewhere between 4 to 6 hours of gameplay. It is largely about negotiation. So each of you is one of the corporations in the New Angeles universe, and you're all trying to accrue capital within 6 rounds. To do that, deals will come out, and whoever's the lead, they'll put a card down as their proposal for the deal. Someone else can make counteroffers, and then you're just sort of haggling about which deals to support. It's like, okay, if you support this deal, which will give me the asset, I will give you this money, and it's purely about that kind of dynamic. Now, it's 4 to 6 hours, and I think that's a reasonable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable amount of expectation to play this game. We played 6 hours. Sorry, we played 6-player, and it went 4 hours for a first-time play. The thing I most observed from that 6-hour gameplay was because everyone can potentially chip into supporting either side in turn order. If you're the first or the second one being sort of enlisted, you might just go, well, I'm just going to bow out because I don't know what's going to happen when these other people sort of come up to the plate. And I found it just meant effectively the first 2 people were cut out of negotiations because the stakes were too high and there wasn't enough incentive to really participate. So I think the game is probably going to work better at 5 or maybe 4, especially with those long play counts. Anyway, New Angeles, interesting, but I still have some reservations about those interactions.
Mm-hmm. It's a really long game.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I mean, that's the first thing that really intimidates me about these long games. Like, okay, I mean, you really have to be invested into the theme, the gameplay mechanics, the people that you're playing with too, for that long a time. Like, okay, maybe not, or maybe yes, it depends.
Well, it's like Arkwright. I'm still waiting to finish a full game of Arkwright.
Oh, I want to show you Arkwright. It's gorgeous.
It's so fun, but I've yet to get through the full game, so.
It's like, I like you guys, but do I like you 4 hours in a row, guys?
Right.
Exactly. So I guess it's me, eh? Well, I was just talking before we went live with Maggie about West of Africa. So I can see the smile. She's like, yes. Because no one's heard of it. Like, I came here and I was like, oh, I thought everyone knew about it, but Maggie had recommended. So I said, you know what? I'm not even going to play it. I just bought it. So I'm like, let me just buy it and try it. I know. I'm like that. So.
We all are. There is no one among us that has not done that. Maybe not Nikolas.
Exactly. So, and it was well worth it. I pulled it out at game night the other night and I said, listen, I haven't learned it yet, but we can learn it together. You get the groans of like I don't want to learn the game. I'm like, well, whatever. It's up to you. Let me tell you how we went through it. It was great. I really like the fact that it had so many different ways to get points. That's the type of game that I like. So I liked the cultivation aspect, where you can actually plant your grapes or wheat or whatever it was that you could do. And then you can sell them and then you can make, what is it, colonize or... I don't remember, Maggie. Yeah, colonize is another action that you could do. And it's funny. It sounds very simple, but when you actually start doing it, and we played with like a full, I think it was 5-player game, it really makes it a bit difficult to try and get the actions in that you want because everyone's kind of spread out and taking them from you. So I thought it was competitive, but not mean. Does that make sense?
It does, especially for a game that's all about blocking people off, and it's kind of not a racing game like Jamaica or anything, but there's definitely movement that you need to take, and the other people are going to try and cut off. But it's not a gotcha. There's no point in it where you just feel like someone swiped something out from under you. You kind of see it coming.
Exactly.
Even though there's a little simultaneous nature to it.
And it's also like isn't it action selection with the cards where you're playing certain cards, and are they numbered or something where it's like you go first because you played or picked that card? Or
yeah, so Yeah, the cards are numbered. So depending on the types of cards you pick, so for the actions you're going to pick, you add them up. And this is going to determine turn order. If I'm not mistaken, lowest number goes earlier in the turn order. Yeah. Which can be a huge benefit, I must tell you. So, but you don't want to use, there's a negative -4 card that you can use to lower your number, but then you have to pass it on to the player to your left.
Oh.
And that can be problematic if you keep, you know, someone can continue to get them, and it's like we don't want to give it away right away. So,
yeah, that element was neat. A lot of games force you to use those types of cards. Like Concordia has little like doubler thing that you have to use if you use a specific action. This one doesn't have that forced use of it, which I almost would prefer because then it doesn't necessarily have to come up. With our group, it didn't really get used because we're just a little bit more competitive for that.
Right. It was our first game, so we're trying it.
You want to use it.
Yeah.
You want to use it, but you also want to just sit on it until the right moment, and then the game ends.
That's kind of what I did.
Yeah, I did, and I got greedy, and I was like, oh, let me colonize all this stuff, and then guess what I did? Oh, wait a second, I have no money left. So I was way ahead. And then I needed like 2 turns to like come back and get some money. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just lost my lead. You know, used my card too soon. Anyways, that's what happens to me. I just get a little crazy. So.
And it went to 5 players, which is like really, really unique in my collection. So anything that's good at 5 players, I am happy to have.
Yes, it's true. Because 5-player games can really change the dynamic of a game. So it's
How
just
well
nice.
does it play with like 2 players then? Would you recommend it at all?
I think it's only 3 to 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. And honestly, you can see right away when you play it, you wouldn't want to play it with 2 little players.
Just get the full complement and call it a day.
Yeah. Exactly. Tracy and Stephane, you guys would love this one. It's so good.
We can't wait to play your copy. When I heard the title, when you posted about the title, I assumed it was an older out of print game, but it's brand new, is it not?
Yeah, it's relatively new.
It's new to the States. I believe it's been out for a year in Europe. Nicholas, do you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Fun Again took a while to get it in.
Yeah.
Okay. So some people might be getting this on their wish list, I think.
Yeah.
Mine.
Exactly. I thought so.
Well, also want to talk about a game that I played yesterday. So I got to play Glux. Have you all played this one yet?
No.
It's like it's an abstract game, but it's really, I got to play it at BGG Con, and it's one of the games that I kept on thinking about it, and and I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go to the library and pick it out. And every time I would go, I would never get it, and I would see people walking around with it, and it was just a game I kept on thinking about. So I went ahead and put this in my cart in Amazon, and because it was on sale, and then I had to do something. I came back and I didn't see it there, so then I went ahead and ordered it again, and now I have 2 copies of Glux. Because Mitchell ordered something. Yeah, Mitchell ordered something and he didn't realize that Glux was in the cart.
Oh no!
So,
tell Mitch hi for me.
Yeah, say hi.
He's in the next room.
He's not here.
Oh, he's here. But no, yeah, actually I got to play it with him, and it was a great 2-player game. And then I got to take it out, and it plays up to 4 players. So the really cool thing about this is that it's just a simple abstract board, and you have these different rooms. I'm going to show you. But you have like these passageways, which is a dark brown, and then you have these specific rooms. So it's like area control, and you're trying to get these like little baggies of like tokens, and they have see these little tokens with like either a 5 or 2 on the other side, and you place it, and then you can move around the board in that kind of way because it gives you the amount of movements that you can take. So you could really block out other people, and it's a really great like 4-player abstract game, which I find is really hard to play with 4 people on one board in an abstract kind of way. So I was really enjoying the game yesterday that I got to play. But thought I'd mention it, and now I have another copy, so I might be giving it away soon. Or I might give it to someone else for the holidays. So On that kind of segue.
Exactly.
So-
That was nicely done, by the way.
Thank you. But and that kind of next topic I wanted to talk about is the holidays are coming. So I wanted to just go over some of the holiday traditions or things usually with family or friends that we get together with other people and kind of enjoy and, play games with others. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with you. What are your specific traditions, plans, or family likings or holiday-themed games that you want to talk about or suggest? So we'll start with you, Angelus.
Well, down here, Christmas time is prime beach season in summer. So the general tradition is to fire up the barbecue and have people over and sort of go outside and enjoy the sun. Our actual family has one particular tradition that kind of emerged organically, which is during Christmas or possibly Boxing Day, we will screen the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition over the course of the day. So, for that whole 12 hours marathon, it's running. And just in the background, I think we got to the point we're not really paying attention to what's going on anymore because we kind of know the rhythm and the beats of the films now. It tends to be the family affair, so we will get together and just do like a token gift. We're kind of at the point where we're over giving gifts, but more just about getting together, having food, that kind of stuff. What I am excited about, though, is I am organizing a board game marathon for New Year's Eve. So that actually we're going to be live streaming, and I will be doing a big dungeon/cave theme for all the games. So I've got like Vast lined up, Clank, One Deck Dungeon, Hero Quest. Actually, I got myself a copy of Hero Quest from the 80s.
One of the old classics.
Yes.
I know that.
So just quickly, in contrast to beach season south down under, this is what we're looking at outside right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's just started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not that bad. It gets, I think actually tomorrow we're getting 15 centimeters.
We are 15 to 20 centimeters.
Is that like white sand?
Yes, it's just like white sand,
Sure.
only much colder.
It doesn't feel great between your toes.
No, that's frostbite. Oh, God. Anyway, so, yeah, Nikolas.
Sure. I've only ever been to Sydney in the summer or in the winter, in like June, and that's always amusing because I feel like it's relatively warm, and then everyone's running around in scarves. But, yeah. For holiday plans, I don't think I have much planned. My brother will be visiting, which is unusual. Usually, it's just my partner and I hanging out for the day. Playing games and watching movies and things. So I expect we'll be playing somewhat more games than usual. And I's family usually does a sort of evening potluck gift swap thing on Christmas Eve. And so we'll probably be doing that and seeing what games we can get to the table there.
Nice. That sounds lovely. I like the movie part. Any ones in particular, Nikolas?
I don't think we've planned that yet. Like, if we haven't seen Rogue One by then, we'll probably do that. I live like a couple blocks from some movie theaters,
Okay.
so it's very convenient to just like stroll down there and watch something without having to think about it a lot.
Yeah, no, that's true. I wasn't sure if you had like a, I know I'm lame, but I like Home Alone. I'm sorry. It's one of the ones I watch every Christmas, so I don't know if that's one that,
Oh, our traditional Christmas film is Brazil.
Wow. Okay, wow, yeah.
I approve.
That's a really great movie. I just don't relate it to the holidays.
But it's set during Christmas. Like, there's a whole.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Not the first movie I would have thought of, but I think that's very cool.
Yeah, I guess my movie is Say Anything. it's usually the movie that I watch during the holidays. Which is not a great movie to bring to your families. Because it starts off with like a really, crude scene.
But it's always memorable. That's what you want.
Right, yeah. My grandma was like, what are we watching? Sorry, Grandma.
Now I would expect someone to give you a pen as a gift.
Yeah.
We're watching this. You can't back out now.
Exactly. Oh gosh, that brought a tear to my eye. That was funny. What about Maggie?
I have traditional Christmas movies as well. So we generally would put out a table and a spread of food and then just play games from morning to night. Our movies are Batman Returns, very important.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard, very good Christmas movie.
Yeah.
We always watch Hackers.
Oh,
And
okay.
then usually we'll end it with Gremlins.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Perfect.
This year I'm moving my house, like literally my house is beyond this backdrop is just in boxes. So this year I'm going to be spending Christmas at somebody else's house with their traditions. So we're going to go watch Assassin's Creed and Rogue One, and then we'll see where the day takes us. It's a bunch of gamers, so we'll probably play some games. Unfortunately, it means that I don't get my dominant species, which is my like other big Christmas tradition. I usually spend, because it's a 4 to 5 hour game, I usually spend a lot of Christmas playing that and cribbage. So I'm gonna have to schedule like one near now or something just to get it out of my system.
Just play it twice next year.
Tracy. Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the color pattern of my cubes, is the original dominant species pattern.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool.
Those are the cube colors. Yeah, they used to have orange, and now it's not very orange.
Oh.
Yeah, it's weird. I finally found my copy after, like, it was lost in a box for, like, 3 years and a time warp along with all gone and some stuff.
Well, it's the best worst game. Like, with the wrong people, it is misery. It is 5 hours of just total hell. But with the right people, it's so much fun. It's just like diplomacy, but with Kalis mechanics. Like, it's so good.
You just sold me because of the K-list.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
Well, it uses like Kalis action selection, but the whole game is diplomacy. You have like X amount of cubes. At the end of the game, you're going to kind of score up seeing how well you did, so you can't get wiped off the board. So you have to like deal with all these people. It's really, really good, and it's asymmetrical. So much fun.
See, I know she's selling it to me right now. So
all right, that's going on my
It'll
list.
be sad if I give a bunch of extra dominant species orphans out there, because most of us that own it never play it. It just sits there mocking.
Yeah, see, so I would be down for that.
All right, sorry, but I will pass this to Tracy.
It also has an app version, so it's one way to give it a try.
I feel like I'm becoming the app lady because I'm like, I have no time for anything.
You can't play diplomacy games over apps, like not without a lot of extra other like Google Hangouts or something.
Oh.
You don't get that fun element of like staring into someone's eyes and eating all of their cubes off of one thing. Like, it's not.
I know.
That's always.
I mean, I
just want to drink their tears.
Like I need the crying. It just makes that.
Yeah, that's what one of my friends did yesterday. Just stared
What
at
do you
me.
want from me? I play arachnids.
Away.
I like to win with birds because no one ever sees it coming.
See, that's the type of player that I am. I like that.
All of a sudden, I'm just like, "Caw!" and like the whole thing is covered. No one sees it coming.
I don't know. I've seen Hitchcock.
Come on. I have one more dominant species than I've lost.
So there you go. It's good strategy. I need to try this. Anyway, whew. Tracy, it's Annette. Sorry, I can't stop laughing.
That's okay. That's all right.
All good. It's a good game. I like it. We have a copy. We love ours.
Yeah, we love Dominant Species. It's our favorite GMT game.
Y'all own it and you've not taught Mandi. I'm ashamed.
No.
Ashamed of you.
Oh.
Mandy,
it's like 4 hours. We can't get her.
Mandy has a bit of a short attention span.
I do.
For this video, right? As soon as you get your like pegs, like as soon as everything's planned, you can play on your phone. It's fine.
No, you know what though? I like. Well, it's funny because one of my favorite games is Food Chain Magnate. So I can focus as long as the interest is there. You know, the ADHD sometimes kicks in, but you know, I can focus if the interest is there.
So around here we have one tradition that kicks in towards the end of November, and I'm not sure if this is common the world over, but all the grocery stores around here are carrying crates of clementine oranges. And we have crate after crate after crate enter the home because Tracy and I go through them like we're popping candy. Yeah, we eat lots of clementine oranges around here, and so that's a kind of a holiday tradition that we have. I'm a bit older. I grew up in the early '70s watching all of the old Rankin Bass animated holiday shows. So you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Frosty the Snowman,
the original.
If Burl Ives is singing the theme song for it, then it's probably one of my favorites. So
that is the best, actually. You mentioned Rudolph. I love that. That is awesome.
It's not claymation, but the marionette version one there. Yeah.
Is that the one where they have like Cornelius?
Yes.
Yes, Cornelius.
Yes.
Please say you guys know what we're talking about. That is the best. With the little snowman.
Older.
No, the little snowman, and it sings like the silver and gold.
Oh, silver. Yes,
Oh my
I
God,
don't think they know it. So another more modern tradition that we do, because we celebrate Yule, so we brought in an Icelandic tradition a couple years ago where it's a book exchange. So I don't know if anyone knows about the old Icelandic book exchange. Everyone gives a book on Yule or Christmas Eve, depending on what you celebrate. So we've been doing that a lot lately. It's a great way to get books that you're wanting to get, and you just don't go and buy. So family members buy you your books, and they know exactly what to buy you because you have this list.
And everyone curls up around the fireplace with their book in hand and reads a chapter or two and kind of discusses the books that they got. So it's an interesting tradition. We started it off a couple of years ago, and we're keeping it going in our family. So.
Okay.
As far as movies, I know Tracy's a big fan of Home Alone.
Home Alone, National Lampoon, White Christmas, of course, is my favorite.
Gotta love anything with Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. So if it's got Christmas, I love it because I love anything to do with, you know, Christmas, snow, all that wonderful stuff.
Yeah, our house is, you would think it was inhabited by snowmen because there's
some behind us.
Snowmen everywhere in
See?
our home.
One right there.
Yeah. You can't turn a corner without running into at least 6 or 7 snowmen. So.
That's awesome. I love it. So anybody who was on my Twitter would have seen my decorations and knows that I love purple. So with my mom, we decorated the front with some baskets. So usually I help my mom with that. I'm going to probably get a lot of hate for this, but I am Catholic. I'm not a huge fan of Christmas. I much prefer Halloween, but it's a family time. So, you know, I usually spend time with family. My brothers come down. This year, I'm going to South Carolina.
Yes, that is right.
Wow.
Who could you possibly be visiting in South Carolina?
It's a friend.
For the holidays. I mean, not that I'm outing you or anything, but.
No, it's fine. I'm sure people will figure it out eventually. Annette was privy to our romance. But this will be my first time actually not spending Christmas with my family. So it'll be a little bit different, but lots of board games probably. This person's a board gamer, and that's it.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. Now, Mitch and I we decided this year that we're gonna stay here in San Francisco for the holidays. Usually we go down south, but I took some time off for this convention called BGGCon. And I decided, we're going to go down there for Thanksgiving. And then now we're going to go ahead and just stay up here so I can cover other people's holidays for work and stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and we're just going to probably just play a whole bunch of games and just kind of like do a little tradition ourselves, watch some movies or play lots of more games and stuff. That's going to be really small and quaint with us too, just being here. We don't have any family like in the Bay Area, so we've gotten together with other friends and they're pretty much in the same situation too, where it's too cold to be anywhere else but San Francisco. So they're just going to stay here and we'll probably throw like a little game night or something for everyone. Make it a holiday tradition or something.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's keeping it low key. No one's doing anything like crazy.
No.
No.
I have a question for people if we have time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good.
It'll be short. Just curious what everyone's favorite piece of holiday music is.
Oh.
No, probably not.
I finished my sentence in the chat.
I know which one is.
Which one?
Actually, I can't decide between Snoopy and the Red Baron, and I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. They're both like...
Fair enough.
I'm having all these kind of nervous twitches to this question because part of
Oh.
Hail. So I'm in the thick of it during the Christmas rush, and we have I do retail for board games, so we have a ban on Christmas music during Christmas. We just so I may not be the best person to answer that question.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I used to work in retail, so
Yep.
we always had it on.
You know.
Yeah, I've kind of not
So
too fond of the Christmas music.
I was just saying, I work above a retail store. Like, my office is upstairs of a game shop.
Mhm.
They actually volunteer themselves to listen to Christmas music. They're not required. I think it's the most nutty thing I've ever heard in my life. Because you go upstairs and everyone else has like headphones on, we're all listening to normal music, but downstairs in the retail, they're listening to Christmas music voluntarily.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's torture. No offense.
Sure.
This is true.
I too used to work in retail, so once that happens, you're like over it.
Yeah. It has that bad relationship to probably a bad time.
There is such a thing as getting overplayed.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when it's starting after Halloween.
Yeah, right after.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, is there any games that you're wishing for? That since we're talking about the holidays, maybe there's a game on your wish list that you haven't yet had a chance to purchase, and you're waiting for someone else to purchase it for you.
All of them?
All of them.
I know.
Anyone?
I know everyone's quiet.
Oh, I have tons of games to play.
Yeah.
Moving and everything else, just in my life in general, my game group kind of broke up a few months back, so I've just been gaming with whoever will have me lately.
Mm-hmm.
So my unplayed stack is about at least 12 games high, if not more, and I need enough plays of Oracle of Delphi to do a full review, which is I'm still 3 or 4 plays away from that. So
really?
I have so many games to play. There's a really cute one. Level 99 Games has this really cute 2-player abstract card game that they gave me at BGG-Con. It's still in prototype form. It's really adorable though. The art is gorgeous. So that's my next big focus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a name for that one, or is it still in prototype?
If I were to find it in a bag behind me, I could tell you the name.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's something Spirit Castle or Spirit something Castle or something with an S. But I will have more info as soon as I've played it.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the pile. Oracle of Delphi is one I also have to play. I know, Annette, you played it when you were at BGG-Con. I didn't get around to it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I actually got to play that with Meeple Lady there, and
We did?
we all learned it, and it was fun. And I enjoyed the racing aspect, and I appreciate it. As a racing game, I still need to play it a little bit more before I figure out where it's placed on my Stephane Feld kind of list of games that I like. But yeah, I think you'd probably enjoy it a lot.
I'm looking forward to it. It's a Feld.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So before we jump ahead, there was something we kind of I guess it kind of ties in. Maybe it's kind of going back a little bit. But definitions of family. I'm super curious to hear what everyone's kind of definition of family is.
Mm-hmm.
Angelus, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I'm still fortunate because I do still treat basically the biological people I'm related to as my family. little bit estranged from my father through sort of history that I'm not really going to go into right now. But yeah, when I get with my family, it is sort of the people I grew up with, and they're my biological family, so that's all good. However, my partner's currently in Buenos Aires for a holiday, and I do have a lot of people who are, a lot of my friends in the gay community are estranged from their family. So there have been a number of times when I've done basically orphans' Christmases just because I have a lot of people who they can't go and see the family that they grew up with. And so I try to create a family environment for them, usually with board games, because, that's my thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everyone has, like, the perfect family, or a lot of people don't have, like, their biological, like, family members to share these times with. And to a lot of people, it's, like, really hard. It's a hard time for a lot of people. So it's great that you're providing that kind of, that area and that space for someone to come and just hang out with and just feel like they're a part of a group. Not necessarily their biological family, but they're still a part of a family. Yeah. I think it's really important to share.
Exactly.
Well, it's just also because on the actual holiday, unless you're with people, it just becomes a very lonely experience because everyone's doing something and everyone's with their family, and so unless you're with at least some kind of community, it's a very isolating experience, and it can hit people with depression and other things really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I know like with myself, like I grew up with my grandma. She raised me at a pretty young age, and so not having like the biological, like classical, like parent atmosphere, it was really hard to like relate to other children of my, type, in the same classrooms. But it was different. But now that I go back, I can appreciate the fact that, I had my grandmother and she introduced me to my great grandmother. And one of the cool things that we related to, like, my great-grandmother, like, she was, like, 80-something years old, and I was, like, 8 years old. And the one thing that tied us were, like, playing games, like Parcheesi, or playing games like Chinese checkers. And it was a way where, she spoke Spanish only, and I spoke English and partially Spanish, too. But it was a great way that we can kind of relate to one another and still make it, like, fun and still be about games and enjoy our time together during the holidays too.
That sounds nice. Oh, cute. Anybody else? What about Tracy and Stephane?
Well, we both have, Stephane's got quite a large family, French-Canadian, of course, so big family. I have a slightly smaller family, so we spend a little bit of time with as many of them as we can. Then when we have what we call is our family, so all of our friends who are family. We have a lot of friends who are, a lot of them, don't have a lot of family left. So we definitely like to make sure that we're always get a chance to have some time around this time to get together, hang out, chat, play games, do whatever just makes sense, because a lot of them either live really far from their own family, or a lot of their families passed on, or they're estranged, like you said, due to whatever reasons. So yeah, we try to make sure, in addition to seeing blood family, we definitely want to make sure we reconnect with all of our family.
And at least this year, part of my Christmas family will be all of the other audience members in the theater with me when I go to see Rogue One.
Jeez. That'd be nice. It's nice to hear that everyone has, something a little different and no one's feeling left out, because before family used to be just like your mom, your dad, like really close-knit, and it's nice to have other people that can come into your, your holiday or Christmas or whatever it is that you're celebrating. I think that's nice. Mm-hmm. So, Nikolas, Maggie, anything to add?
I celebrate with a chosen family. I don't have biological family except for 2 of my sisters that I speak to. So I definitely value friends and community more than biological connection.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I usually see my brother around this time of year, and that's about it in terms of biological folks. And then it's just people I like a lot.
Yep, and that's family enough for me, right? So I think that's pretty cool. Nice.
Friends are the family you choose.
No. It's still heartwarming.
They're not a friend until you've beaten them in a game.
Now that's just mean.
I'm hoping to dump a company on my brother.
See, and that was said with love. I can tell. Oh dear. So, what about games on our wish list?
Oh gosh.
Okay, maybe we should limit that to like 1 or 2.
Say, I got a list.
made a wish list and there's like 80 games on it.
Okay, top two down the line before we sign off.
Well, one of my wish lists is Macau. I've been wanting and searching for this game, and it's an old game, but it's like on the top of my wish list, and every time I search for it, I just get outbid or something, and I just can't get my hands on that game.
I saw a used copy last week.
What?
Huh?
Would you be interested
You
in
didn't pick it up?
Would you be interested in well, we already own it. So would you be interested in a used copy?
Anyway.
Would you be interested in a used copy? Because I would hook you up.
I want it. Hello. I guess. It's fine, Annette. They can give it to you.
I'll check if it's still there at the store, and if so, I'll pick it up for you.
Great. I'll be in contact with you, definitely.
Sounds good.
Look at that. See, one off the wish list.
Right. So no, 79 more to go.
Exactly. What's another one? What's another one?
I don't know. There's so many. It's just hard for me to pick another one. But that was the top one that I really wanted. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about Angelus? What about you?
Mostly these are ones that I think I should have picked up at Spiel, but did not. So Lorenzo Il Magnifico, Capital, also really hunting Sealand down. Some of these are just hard to get into Australia because getting things to Australia is the chore in and of itself, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. That's why they're on the wish list.
Yes.
All right. What about Maggie?
So I'm literally like checking a list right now because I wasn't sure. Because that's what I do. So the games I'm most anticipating, so I generally don't have games that I'm just looking for. If I'm looking for it really hard, I buy it.
Yeah.
It's a bad habit to be in.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
It's hard for me to say, oh, I'm totally waiting to buy blah, blah, blah. The only one of those I could think of was Feast for Odin because I didn't want to buy it away from my store because they got so few copies. So I'm waiting till the reprint. But I am desperately awaiting my copy of Ave Roma starter. And I really want to try Key to the City London.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's my big one for the week. Everything else I have just waiting for me over here. Sitting back in a box. Oh, and Zooscape, I didn't mention that today, but Zooscape I got to play at BGG-Con, and I am highly anticipating it.
Ooh, yeah. Zooscape. Interesting. What kind of game is that?
Hisashi Hayashi from Tasty Minstrel.
Yeah.
It's really like, it's a card game. You put out like a line of animals, and then the person that's like in charge that round cuts the animals like into 2 piles, and then you vote on a pile, and then you cut the voted pile into 2 piles, and you vote on a pile, and you're trying not to get too many of any given animal, and it's just super mean and awesome. I can't wait.
Super mean and awesome.
You were telling me about that one.
Oh, it's so fun. And it's so cool because it's Hisashi Hayashi doing a game specifically like for Tasty Minstrel. It used to be called Curio Collector or something. But like the guy that did the graphic design is super psyched about it. It's a first-time artist for board games. Like it's just a cool project for like a little itty-bitty card game.
Nice.
When
is it coming out?
March is what they were saying, but unfortunately, because I played it already, I just want it.
I'm sure. Well, maybe you'll get like an. Oh, I'm the same way. You want it like right now.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, so what about Nikolas? Did you share yours with us?
I don't think so. I've been thinking about picking up Jorvik. It's a mild reworking of the Spikerstadt, which is like one of my favorite little auction games. That's quirky and weird. Yeah. I, of course, now like to call Jorvik the Vikerstadt. So I've been eyeing that. I'm also really excited to get my copy of Tramways, which is one of my more anticipated games, and I could have picked up a copy, but I didn't because I backed the Kickstarter, and then that's taken like way longer to arrive than I was expecting, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a try.
I really regret not backing that one, but the dollar's so bad for us. It was really expensive. So I'm looking forward to what you think about it. Yeah, to see what you think. But you haven't received it yet.
I haven't gotten to try it yet. I'm interested to I generally find Alvin's designs interesting, and some of them have randomness, which I tend to be grumpy about. But taking the Steam series of games and adding deck building to it sounds really weird.
It does, actually.
I hear that the auction is excruciating, and I'm really looking forward to it. Excruciating and these are tough decisions.
Okay.
We're having fun.
I thought you were it's usually bad. I'm like, well, that's not good.
Oh, sorry. No,
it's okay.
It's the best kind of hurt.
Okay. That's better.
Everyone loves a good brain melt.
Yes, exactly. Well, whoever gets Tramways, I want to hear how it is.
Yeah, definitely. I still remember at BGGCon when we got to play Jorvik. You absolutely just ruined us in that game. You scored more than 70 points, which we were questioning. We're like, why is the scoreboard even going that far? And you proved, you showed us why.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was amazing. I love that game. I've played it since with other people, and everyone that I played with, Jorvik, they just absolutely love it and just tell me, bring it back. And it's a really great game. I really liked it. The theme, probably not so much, and it's got a really weird first player marker and the artwork.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Korean barbecue. One of the I think it's supposed to be an oracle or something, and they have they're reading entrails type stuff, but it looks like Korean barbecue to me. Viking.
And spaghetti.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, the artwork's a little off.
I'm waiting for my copy. From working at with Stronghold, I got a Great Western Trail and Jorvik. It's in the mail, but I feel like it's taking a long time to get here, so very excited. But and I also want Oracle of Delphi. That's my wish list game. I didn't get to play it, and it's felt, and I would really like it, so that's what I'm hoping to get soon.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Great. Anything else anyone wants to add or anything? Maybe we should try to close this up, or
you know what's on your wish list, Trace?
Liguria is on my wish list, and then the Titan series games. So those are the ones. A little bit of light, a little bit of hard.
And the one I'm looking forward to most in 2017, even though it's not out yet, is First Martians from Portal Games. It's a reimagining of Robinson Crusoe with the Martian exploration theme, and I'm all about Mars. So.
Yay!
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one.
Well, that one comes out next year, doesn't it?
It should. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when because it's still in development, but hopefully it'll make it to the table in 2017.
For retail, they're definitely pushing the pre-orders right now, so it should be out soon, 2 months probably.
Oh, okay. That's very soon.
Great. Cool. So I just wanted to add, thanks for everyone for coming over and just hanging out with us and, just kind of contributing and mentioning what games you've been playing and what you're planning to do for the holidays. So just wanted to thank you. And then we could probably start closing out this up and probably suggesting anything else that you want to offer too. I'll start with you, Angelus.
Oh, wow. I think we're keeping him awake.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just bugging you.
Sorry, we're signing off, aren't we? Yeah, look, I'm gonna continue waking up. I'm still suffering sleep inertia. And I guess, I'm just gonna have to race and finish off my pieces for the end of the year. That's what I'm trying to squeeze in between board game plays. It should be the other way around, but it really isn't. Otherwise, yeah, thanks everyone for having me here.
And Maggie?
I really appreciate you guys coming and asking me to come on to do this hangout. I know you had asked me to do one before. It was just like same day, so I couldn't make it. So I really appreciate your time and all that you're doing, and I'm really excited to see what all you guys will have in the new year.
Cool.
Awesome.
And Nikolas?
I don't think I have much to add. It's been fun, and I'm happy to be here with you all, chatting about games, and looking forward to see what new content you all are producing and all the good stuff.
Aw, so sweet.
And Stephane and Tracy?
It was great being on the chat, so thanks for having us.
Yeah, first time.
We're actually packing up and heading to Mandi's to record some content this afternoon. So, Mandi, we'll see you very soon.
Grab your dominant species.
Yeah.
Bring it.
I think we have 6 or 7 hours of recording ahead of us, so I don't know if dominant species
Just
is in the
do it.
cards tonight.
Just do it. That's right.
But real soon, it'll happen.
And then I will report back. I promise.
Oh, you're gonna be either triumphant or crying. It's great.
Exactly. Knowing me, it'll be like tears. I've lost again. Oh dear. Anyway, so I wanted to say to everyone, thank you so much. I follow all of you. It may not seem like it sometimes because I'm online talking about other stuff, but you guys do great stuff. Really appreciate you all being here. I hope this is not a one-off. We can do it again soon, and hopefully at a con I can actually play some games with some of you. It was so hard to nail down Maggie and Nikolas. Oh my gosh. So yeah,
So many people to see. It's like it's a good
I
problem.
barely even saw Nikolas. I saw him.
I don't think we actually
so-
got to play a game, Maggie.
I'm so sorry.
We like sat down and had breakfast and chatted, but we never played anything.
Oh, and then we roped
Did
poor
you-
Nikolas into showing us Great Western Trail. Oh my gosh, poor
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, I'm happy to teach. Like,
Yeah.
like I go to there's a local convention that I go to, and I just teach games all weekend, and that's fun.
Oh,
That's perfect. Yeah.
we really appreciated that, by the way. Really, really appreciated it.
Yeah. Thanks. And yeah, I wanted to add happy holidays to everyone, and thank you so much for coming over. And you can find us all on the internet. We're all over Twitter. All the description information is down below in the YouTube description, so you can find us all online. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Happy New Year, and also great. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday too.
Yes.
Thanks, you
Bye,
too.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bientôt.
Bye, y'all.